Few questions in recent days on a number of different things. I will start with the first, which relates to parks, park space, what folks have been doing. As you all know, our parks remain open in Kansas City, and we encourage, if you are at our parks, to maintain social distancing, among other items. But this weekend and before, we did see some concerns, right? Folks playing on basketball courts, folks playing on playground equipment. To address that, the city has put up caution tape on a number of playgrounds, and in terms of how we enforce further, the Kansas City Police Department will be increasing patrols in our parks. We also encourage folks, if you have heard about house parties or any other types of events that seem to exceed the 10-person limit, to call the 311 line. So call 311. You'll be asking for a community interaction officer. So the police department will be doing follow-up in terms of if your neighbor has been throwing large house parties or if there's been some business that has not been following the proper rules and regulations, call 311. We'll have a KCPD community interaction officer out to investigate thereafter. And the department itself is increasing patrols throughout our community. A few other notes that I wanted to address for you. Yesterday, we were certainly heartened to hear the president took the advice of medical experts and others that this crisis will last longer than beyond Easter Sunday, but will go to April the 30th. At this time, Kansas City is not extending its emergency order. However, we would note, as we do consistently, I talked to our health director, I talked to our director of EMS to review how long our order will need to stay in effect. My belief is likely that it will go through April 30th, and I think the reason that we're not saying an end date yet necessarily, or an extended end date, is because we have some interest in making sure that we're not giving false hope to folks who may think that there is a magic date that comes and everything goes back to normal. The real standard for when things go back to normal, and at least the direction that we're getting from our health director and others, is this. One, when cases are no longer spreading widely in this community, that would mean that not only the rate of new cases is falling, but there are fewer unlinked cases. Right now, we still get a number of cases that happen. They seem to be somewhat random in some way. We don't always know the type of transmission. So we want to see the new case rate not just flatlining, but also falling before we change. We also would note that another factor of when things change is when the local health system itself is stronger. And what we mean by that is that it's clear that we can handle a sustained level of folks who are coming in for care, not just relating to COVID-19, but also the many other health conditions that affect our community. Another area that's going to be important for us is the time at which we actually have enough testing in this community. And I know